Hello, 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 and welcome back to another Budget With Me video. In today's video, I will be budgeting paycheck number 1. Now, August is a little bit tricky for me because I have to accommodate my husband's funky pay schedule. It gets a little weird between August and September, and then it gets normalized in October. So there are some things I will have to pay for up front, just to accommodate his weird pay schedule. So let's get right into this budget. This is the budget for August 4th paycheck. And the gross amount of that paycheck is $3,860. From that, $1,001 of taxes have been withheld. I have $21 going towards my FSA. If you're not sure what FSA stands for, it stands for Flexible Spending Account. Your FSA provides you with tax-free dollars to be used towards medical expenses as well as some hygiene products. So you're not taxed on money that is spent on those items. You do have to spend the money by a certain date or you lose it. So you want to make sure that when open enrollment comes around, you only allocate however much you really think you're going to spend. You don't want to over allocate. I think I signed up for maybe $500 for the year, and I can use that to pay for my co-pays. I buy these eye wipes that qualify for the flexible spending accounts, allergy medicine, even feminine hygiene products can all be purchased with a flexible spending account so that those items are tax-free. Next up is my 401k. I have $232 withheld for that. I am contributing 6% of my income. This employer matches like 0.55% up to 6% of my contributions. So that is why I'm contributing to that. And these are all pre-tax dollars that I'm contributing currently. Next up is my tithing. I tithe $386. I tithe off of my gross. I had someone comment about why I would tithe when I'm in debt. For me, it's non-negotiable. There are many scriptures in the Bible about tithing, but beyond the scriptures, I've known from my own personal experiences, there was a time where I was literally cash flow negative, meaning my expenses were more than what I was bringing in, and there never went a bill that was unpaid. My needs were provided for, period. I never went without during that period, even though I should have, given how the money was looking on paper. But God supplied all of my needs according to his riches and glory. And tithing is just a non-negotiable for me. It is a measure of protection for me. It is a measure of provision for me. And it's just a non-negotiable. I'm not willing to compromise in that area. You're entitled to your opinion, but for me, you don't need to give your opinion on that, because that's just gonna be a always for me. Next up is my mortgage. And that amount that I'm going to set aside is going to be $350. Now, my husband does also get paid on the same day. And so a portion of his pay will also go toward our mortgage. Next up is, we don't have car insurance due for this pay period. None of these. I should probably just delete these because we're not really, well, maybe I'll leave them. I don't know if we would ever get an unexpected medical bill, but we're down here. I don't have a car payment. I don't have any credit card debt right now. So my student loans, I am going to put away $341. This is what I put on my student loans every week. And so that will be the same for this week. I don't pay on the co-signed loan out of this check. So let's move on to my water bill. I do set aside $12 per week to go towards my water bill. However, to accommodate some of the weeks of non-payment that will occur in September, I'm going to go ahead and put an extra week's worth of the water bill payment away. So I'm going to put a total of $24 away. And just so you know, like, his check is very weird. Like, there will be 2 weeks where he gets paid back to back, and then there's like a 3-week period where there's no check at all from him, and then it all settles out in October. It's like very, very strange. Not sure why his employer does it that way, but it is what it is. It's very weird. Next up is our electric. Our electric bill is $72 for last month. Then we have the water line. We pay $9 for this water line that comes to our house. And then next up is filters. Now, one of my followers recommended getting permanent filters. I had never heard of a permanent filter before, and that person said it saved them money. They don't have to keep replacing the filter anymore. And so I looked it up. I watched a couple YouTube videos. I found them on Amazon. I'm definitely going to get the filters. I will need to get 2 different ones. From the prices that I saw, they're about $50. So I'm going to set aside $15, but this filter budget is going to go away because that was an excellent recommendation. Thank you to that person that recommended that. If you have not done so, I would definitely look into it. They also seem to be provide more filtration than the disposable filters. I saw this man on YouTube do an actual air quality test. And so it is something for you to look at. I will try to put a link to the video that I watched in the description box below if this is something you're interested in looking into as well. Once again, I'm so thankful for that person who did recommend that, because this is a line item that will go away from my budget. Even though it was like $5 a week, I mean, that's $20 a month that I'm saving. So thank you so much. You know who you are. Next up, I don't have any subscriptions coming out of this check, but we do have life insurance coming out of this check, and that will be $27. This is a premium that is paid once per month, and this is actually for our largest life insurance policy. So as you can see, it is extremely inexpensive to just have to pay $27 once per month. Next up is car maintenance, and I allocate $7 every week towards that. This will go towards oil changes, car registration, things like that. Next up is flood insurance. I typically put away $9 per week to pay for our flood insurance. However, once again, because of my husband's weird paychecks, I'm going to go ahead and put away $27. So that will cover this week plus 2 additional weeks worth of payments. For that, our flood insurance is paid once per year. So I kind of just save the money throughout the year so that whenever I do get that bill, we can just pay it off right away. Next up is our HOA fee. I set aside $25 per week for that, and that is automatically deducted, I believe, at the beginning of the month whenever that bill is due. Next, we have groceries. I'm going to go ahead and put away $300. We typically put away, well, set aside, not put away because that money is spent immediately, but we typically set aside $150 for groceries per week. But I'm going to set aside 2 weeks worth of money. Now, I'm not going to buy $300 worth of groceries at one time, just for freshness sake. But I will put that money aside in our savings so that when a week comes up where there's no income coming into our house, we have that there. Next up, we have dining out. And I'm going to put away $25 for that. That is, we have movie night every Friday. And so on that night, we get to eat what we want to eat. And I will allocate that $25 for that. Now we have gas. I'm going to set aside $70 for gas. This is typically for, we don't actually typically use the $70 over the summer. My husband doesn't have to commute over the summer. I never have to commute. The most driving I'm doing is going to church, going to the grocery store. That's really it for me. So the $70 is sufficient. We may not even need the $70, but I just like to be safe and set that aside. Next up, we have gifts. We set aside $30 per week for gifts. This will be for any birthday gifts outside of our household, but birthday gifts for other people or Christmas gifts, things like that. So we have $30 set aside for that. Then we have children's activities. My children are involved in sports. Sometimes they take other classes in their areas of interest, and all of that money comes out of their activity fund. So we allocate $15. Even summer camps, we pay for those out of this activity fund we save throughout the year. So whenever an activity comes up that we want to enroll them in, we just pull it from that fund. Then we have their birthday fund, and I'm going to allocate $10 for that. We put away $10 every week for their birthday. It's around $300 per child that we are saving for. So when their birthday rolls around, once again, we just pay it out of that account. I saw this video by a YouTuber, and I'll also put her link as well into the description box, of all these freebies you can get on your birthday. And I showed it to my children, and they were very excited because it featured some of their favorites. So Denny's offers pancakes, like a pancake breakfast. So you get the pancakes, eggs, and the bacon for free on your birthday. They were very excited about the Krispy Kreme donuts. I mean, it was not anything healthy, but it was stuff that excited them. So I may take advantage of some of those freebies on their birthday. The birthday that is coming up, that child wants to do a wrestling party, so we're going to have that at the house. We probably will not need the full $300, but it is there if we do need it for that birthday. So nothing else from this category. Now we're moving down to our emergency fund. I'm going to set aside $300 to go into our emergency fund. We are in the process of rebuilding that up, and the $300 contribution will help to get us on track and keep us on track. Then we have, I'm going to skip down to vacation. We do have another wedding that we were invited to for next year that is international. And I am going to set aside $100 for that. After doing some research, that is probably going to cost us a total of around $2,600, which includes the flight. And it's still a lot, but it's less than I was expecting. I was expecting to have to pay about $3,500 for that trip. But we are booking the lowest room that is available, like the most inexpensive room that is available, which the room is actually very, very nice. But all the higher level rooms come with butler service and stuff like that, and we don't need that. So I am signing up for the least expensive room, and the flights so far are looking about $850 together, round trip. So these flights are less expensive than the flights for the other wedding we're going to early next year. And just hopefully they stay that way. Obviously, I'm just going off of the flights that are available now. They don't have the prices for when we would be going. So, that is subject to change, but hopefully the change won't be too significant. But these days, you never know. That leaves us with $473. This is a zero-based budget, so we need to put this money somewhere. So, of course, I'm going to put that towards my debt snowball. And that is it for this week's budgeting. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notifications. The next video that will be coming up is going to be a debt update video. I will update you on my progress since last week. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and watch out my July closeout video so you can see where I was last week, and you'll see where I am at now. Thank you again for watching. I really, really appreciate all your encouraging words. I appreciate your advice. A lot of you have given me advice on various aspects of things I'm dealing with my budgeting and with paying off debt. I do read everything, and so I do appreciate your advice. And just continue to stay tuned. Thank you, and God bless you.